All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hockey Podcast Network. Today, we're doing a live watch along for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers. I will be your host this evening, Grant Hakeem. And you might be wondering, who is this guy? I've never seen him before. I have no idea who he is. And you'd be exactly right. I'm brand new to the channel this year. So I'll do a little intro about myself. I'm Grant, like I said before. I'm also a YouTuber. I have my own channel called the Grant Hakeem channel. Very original, I know. Where I do watch-alongs just like this on my channel for hockey games. I've done some soccer games as well. I also do gaming live streams. Like I've played Fall Guys. I play NHL 22. I'm going to have to get NHL 23 because that's out now, I guess. But based on the trailers that I've seen, it's not that great, is it? NHL 23. I don't think it's that great based on that. But yeah, that's me, a little bit about me. Fellow YouTuber, big hockey fan. My favorite team, if you're curious, is the Islanders, but I just love watching hockey in general, meeting people and hanging out. That's the whole point of this, and I just love it so much. So thank everybody for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and then follow us on Twitter at the hockeypod. Sorry, not hockeypod.net. This isn't a website. At hockeypodnet is their Instagram and Twitter. Follow us there. If you want to follow me on Twitter, because I'm just so great at Twitter, I'm not. At Grant Hakeem is my Twitter, and then at Grant_Hakeem is my Insta and TikTok. The game should be going on here in a couple minutes. Let's get to some comments. Get your score predictions in the chat, people. Front Row Productions. Hey, what's up? Sean says hi. Sean predicts a 3-2 Panthers win. Jacob loves THPN, says Tampa wins this by a slow score of 2-1. If I just predict this game, I will go for I want to say 3-2 Florida, but that's so generic. I feel like everyone predicts 3-2. So I'm going to go 3-1 Florida. I think they're going to beat Tampa tonight. Dylan, should be a fun game. Yeah, shout out to Dylan for letting me doing this. I really appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm watching the game on ESPN Plus. I guess that's the only way you can watch the game today. It's on ESPN Plus. They have this thing called Star Watch, which I guess they only have a camera on Stamkos and Kachuk, which is interesting. I don't know if I'd watch that. Welcome, Grant. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Agnes, thank you. Big hype for Grant joining. Check out his channel. Thank you, Dylan. I haven't been live on my channel a little bit. I've been so busy with like school and work. I do my best. So like my plan with all this is to do at least one stream on this channel once a week on THPN. And then on my channel, I'll probably go live at least once a week doing like a gaming stream or something fun like that. NHL 22 on what, Jacob? I play Xbox. I'm an Xbox guy. Always have been. I do want to get a PS5, but when it came out like last year or whatever, you couldn't get your hands on one. All the Russian bots or whoever's buying them were getting the PS5s. I couldn't get my hands on one. But that'll probably be my next console when I upgrade, because I still have the Xbox One, which is pretty old. I think that was probably like 2015 or so. Oh, look at Ryan Lomberg. I'm watching the ESPN Plus broadcast right now. Ryan Lomberg is jacked. Holy shit. He's absolutely jacked. My goodness. Good for him. Good for him. For Real Productions says Tampa 4-2 over the Panthers. Agnes says 4-2. Sean, I'm watching this game to pass time to the Avs in Seattle tonight. That should be an interesting game. I saw the Kraken got their first win. Not the first win at home. They got it in overtime. I forgot against who. Here, the game's about to start, so let's get the scoreboard up. We got Sergei Bobrovsky and Andrei Vasilevsky in net. There's Matthew Tkachuk biting the mouth guard. I was always a mouth guard biter. I never wore my mouth guard in when I played. But yeah, we're underway in Florida. What's their arena called? Like BB&T Arena, something like that. Or if you are curious about the starting lineups, for Florida, we got Verhaeghe, Barkov, Reinhart is the first line. Balsers, Bennett, Tkachuk is your second line. Luo, Striinen, Lundell, White is your third line. Lomberg, Cousins, Hornquist is your fourth line. On defense, we got Forsling, Montour, Mahura, Gudas, Kiersted, Mark Stahl, and like I said, Bobrovsky in net. For the Tampa Bay Lightning, Brandon Hagel, Braden Point, Nikita Kucherov, your first line. Killorn, Stamkos, Nemestikov, your second line. Colton, Paul, Perry, your third line. Kepke, Belmar, Maroon, your fourth line. On defense, Hedman, Chernak, Sergachev, Perbix, Cole, Myers, and then Vasilevsky in net. We got John Buccigross on the call. Love me some Bucci. I know some people don't like him, but I watch college hockey a lot, and he calls a lot of the college hockey games, so I like Bucci. NHL 23 has cross-platform now. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So you can play guys who have a PS5 if you're on Xbox. Jacob, not a big Xbox fan, I see. I might make the switch, Jacob. I might make the switch to get a PS5 if I can find one. But a chance for Florida here. Vasilevsky does well. Basic save. Dylan, everyone liked the video. Get 50 likes. If you get 50 likes, that'd be brilliant. That'd be absolutely incredible. So we got a face-off in front of Sergei. 18-13 left in the first. Dylan says, Grant, you still play? The Canucks could use a skater or two. Haha. Yes, I do play still. I play in beer league. I was a defenseman my whole life. But this summer, I wanted to try and play goalie for the first time. So for the fall, I'm in a fall league right now for my beer league, and I'm playing goalie right now for the first time, and that's a blast. The first game I ever played as goalie was miserable. I was absolutely terrible. But I had a game last night, and we won 5-1, so I'm proud of that. I did really well. Here, Tampa gets it out. Killorn beats the icing behind the net, and Sergei just pokes it to the corner. Florida gets it out. Battle of the Floridas. Yes. That playoff series they had was pretty entertaining too last season. Chancier. Ooh, good save by Sergei. Tampa has put it on the pressure. Here's Maroon behind the net to the point. Myers. Shot gets deflected in the corner. And Florida gets it out. What are your guys' thoughts on the advertisements on the boards? Those digital ads. I cannot stand those things. No way. I do not like those. All sports fan. Hey, Grant. Welcome, brother. You wouldn't know you were new, very accomplished. Neil and Dylan have been recruiting intellectuals. I say woohoo. I predict 3-2 in OT. I appreciate that, Adam. That means a lot to me. 3-2 Panthers in overtime. I said 3-1 Florida. I think it's going to be 2-1 late in the third. Tampa's going to pull the goalie, and then Florida's going to get an empty netter. Oh, that's right. One of these guys in Tampa played at St. Cloud State. That must be Nick Perbix. I'm from Minnesota, by the way, so that's why I find that interesting. I grew up in Minnesota. If you couldn't tell by Goldie the Gopher in the background here. Big Gopher hockey fan. And I'll shout out the Gopher hockey team. They're taking on North Dakota tonight at Mariucci Arena. One of the best rivalries in college hockey, so I hope they do well tonight. Dylan, I appreciate that, buddy. NHL 23 fund, yeah. How much does that game cost? Like 60, 70 bucks? I don't know if it's worth that to fork it based on what I've seen, based on trailers. I don't know if it's worth that amount of money. Board ads this year are awful. Okay, Dylan. At least I'm not the only one who thinks that. I know some people don't mind it. Like my dad, like I asked him, like, did you notice the board ads? He's like, oh, I didn't even notice them at all. Like it looks all right, but whenever you see a player against the boards, it looks terrible. We got a delayed penalty here on Tampa Bay for tripping. Here comes Florida. Barkov dangles through Chernak. And that will do it. Tampa gets the touch. I think it's going to be Kucherov. Garrett Rank. 2 minutes for tripping. It is Kucherov. So Florida to the power play here. Take a look at the replay. Kucherov just reached his stick in. Verhaeghe slips on his stomach. Easy call. Here we go. Florida wins the face-off here. Goes to the point. Barkov quarterbacking the power play. Here we go. Goes back to Barkov. Shot. Saved by Andre. To the point. Shot by Kachuk. Save Andre. Barkov puts it in deep, and Chernak has plenty of time to get it out. And he does. How do you guys think Florida's going to do this year? They lost a lot of guys. You bring Kachuk. I mean, I don't know if it's enough to get them to where they were last season in terms of points. I think they're a little worse than last year, but you never know. Here comes Killorn now. Good D by Barkov there on Killorn. Excellent defense. Here's Kachuk. Shot, save, Vasilevsky. And Lightning get it out. We got 30 seconds left on the power play. Here's Lindell. Shot blocked by Chernak. Yeah, good puck movement here by Florida. Playing great. Haven't got a whole lot of shots on net, though. That's going to do it for the power play. Kucherov back on the ice. Yeah, look at that right there on the corner. I mean, the players' gloves are like glitching out with those ads. No way. Oh, it's got to be a penalty right there, and it will be. Cross-checking. Florida's going to go back on the power play. Florida almost got Lindell almost got tripped again. Could have been 2 penalties on the play. But Tampa gets the touch here. There'll be a cross-checking penalty. Waiting for the referee to say who it's on. Sergachev, what a surprise. That doesn't surprise me at all. Sergachev with the cross-checking penalty. He does that crap all the time, Sergachev. He's one of those guys, as an Islanders fan, you know, we were eliminated by Tampa in 2020 and 21 and playing against Sergachev. Respect him, but he is kind of a goon. He teeters on like a good defenseman and kind of goon. Like he does do a lot of that cross-checking nonsense and kind of that immaturity, like physicality that you just don't need. That's what Ryan Lindgren was like in college when he was on the Gophers. Lindgren was so immature. He would take dumb penalties, like roughing penalties when it was so unnecessary. But for the Rangers nowadays, he's one of my favorite defensemen nowadays because he's really mature and knows that you can't take those dumb penalties anymore. Take a look at the stats for this game. So we got 6 shots on goal for Florida. We're at a commercial break, by the way, on the TV. Tampa's got 4. Pretty even game in terms of shots, but I definitely think Florida has the advantage based on the power plays. More dangerous scoring chances than Florida. Sorry, than Tampa. The Wicked 50 cal. I shout out Wicked 50 cal. I remember you from the Isles Never Say Die podcast. That's awesome. What's going on, man? That Isles game last night was so reminiscent of the Kraken game last year or the Bruins game from, I believe, 2 years ago. Yes, I was able to catch the end of the Devils Islanders game last night, and that was brutal. Like, it was terrible. But late in the third, they definitely showed some effort. They got the goal. I forgot who scored it. I think it was Anders who got the goal. We call him Average Anders, by the way, if you don't know. Yeah, tough game for the Islanders last night, especially against a New Jersey team who is not that great at all. That's a team, if you're the Islanders and you want to make the playoffs, you got to beat. Oh, chance here. Great save by Vasilevsky. Took a weird bounce off the boards. Popped right in front of the net. Vasilevsky's there. Take a look at the replay here. Kachuk off a Tampa defenseman, hit the boards, bounced to the front of the net, and Vasilevsky had to be ready. Sean, this is going to be a low-scoring game. Yeah, it could be. We got some good goaltenders in net, Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky. A couple of Russian studs. Shot here, save, Vasilevsky. And Killorn gets it out. How about the Russian goaltenders in the NHL? Vasilevsky, I mean, Bobrovsky's good. He's not the same level as like a Shesterkin or Vasilevsky, but he's solid. You got Shesterkin, you got Sorokin. Just crazy. Here's Reinhart for Florida. Kachuk couldn't handle the pass. And Tampa gets it out. 40 seconds left on the power play. We got 11 minutes left in the game. That'd be a quick game. We got 11 minutes left in the first. This is my first watch along of the season, so I'm going to be rusty, folks. I'm shaking off the rust. Trying to think the last time I did a watch along. I think it was for I think I did one World Junior game in the preliminary round for Canada back in August, and that was it. Here comes Lundell. Shot. Kicked side by Vasilevsky. That will do it for the power play. Here comes Tampa. Sergachev. Oh, it's in the slots, and Florida is able to get it out. Oh, what a bad turnover that was. That's a terrible turnover. Any young kids out there, never turn the puck over right inside your blue line. That just spells disaster. Fast lefty's going to cover with 9:50 to go. 10-4 shots now for Florida. Look at Vasilevsky there. He's already drenched in sweat. I tell you what, I didn't know this when I first started playing goalie. That equipment, man, is so heavy and so taxing on your body. Like that chest protector, as soon as you put that chest protector on, it's like game over. Like it's crazy how much energy it takes just to wear it, let alone like play the position. It's something you don't really realize as a player because all the player gear is so light nowadays. Like the shoulder pads are like, I have like those CCM like shoulder pads and they're like so light. But yeah, that's something I didn't realize as a goalie now. Dylan says, Grant, who do you got for the cup this year? Excellent question, Dylan. The sexy pick is to go with Colorado because they just won it. You could be safe and say Tampa Bay is going to be in it again, but I don't think Tampa is going to make it. I mean, out of the West, it's hard to find a team that's better than Colorado overall, I think, from the West. Out of the East, I don't know. I mean, I don't think Florida is gonna make it. I don't think Tampa's gonna make it. I think Tampa's gonna get to like the finals or whatever. Then you have people who argue like the Hurricanes are gonna make a run, the Rangers. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess I'm undecided. I've never really thought of that before, Dylan. So I like. I'll just say watch out for Carolina. I think they're gonna impress us this year, Carolina. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it really far. I know they've made it to the finals once with the Bruins one year where they got swept. But yeah, I'm not too sure. Here's Mahura shot, goes in the corner. I'll go Carolina as a dark horse pick. That's a very dark horse pick to go with Carolina. I could be totally wrong about that. But Mark, I swear, if they make a deep run, you're gonna remember Grant said that back in early October. Carolina, look out. Yeah, it's definitely heavy. Yeah, that goalie equipment is wild. I'd say Carolina definitely has a chance. Yes, they do have a chance. Well, I mean, like I said, Tampa is a safe pick until they don't make it to a Stanley Cup final. It's hard to not pick them. They're a very solid team. But it's the nature of sports. You can't make the finals every year. You can't win championships every year. That's just how it's set up in sports. And look out, here comes Florida for Hagee to Barkov. What a move. Oh, it's on the line. And Vasilevsky's going to cover it with his ass. What a dangle by Barkov. But Vasilevsky's there with a bit of luck. That's why you do squats as a goalie right there. You want a nice big bum so you can make those saves. Look at this move. Between the legs for Barkov. Through the legs of Vasilevsky. And then Stamkos pushes it back on underneath Vasilevsky. Oh my goodness. What a move. Best chance of the game so far right there. Referee waves off the icing. You got 7:38 left here in the first period. Here comes Braden Point. Shot here. Goes wide of Sergey. Sam Bennett with it. And we got a whistle. Not sure for what. We got a tripping penalty. Sam Bennett's going to get a call for tripping. I didn't even see it. I think it's early in the season to know for sure. Exactly, Sean. I don't know. Way too early. You could say, like I said, Colorado is an easy pick because they just won it. Front row production, which is all caps. I don't know. Do you think the Capitals have it in them? I don't think the Capitals are going to do it. Who did they add? They added like Dylan Strome. They have Darcy Kemper in that. And I know Kemper won the cup, but he's not that great of a goaltender. But you never know. Maybe the Capitals will do it. Maybe Ovechkin can put the team on his back and make it all the way to a final. Here we go. Power play for Tampa. Shot. Scores! Steven Stamkos past the glove of Bobrovsky, and it's 1-0 Tampa. Well, they've been getting outplayed for most of the game, but they get a power play chance, and they deliver. Show me this replay, ESPN. I got to see it. Good puck movement by Tampa. Oh, that defenseman for Florida. Why did he leave? So Stamkos shot the puck. He broke the defenseman's stick. He left to go to the bench to get a new stick, which left Stamkos wide open back door to bury it past Sergey. I mean, why would you go and get a stick when you're killing a penalty? Like, wouldn't you want to stay and defend without a stick? I think that's more useful than you not being there at all. Very interesting choice. It's a very costly choice as Tampa leads 1-0. And we have another penalty. Another penalty. Patrick Hornquist is going to go to the box for slashing right off the faceoff. Oh, this could be a disaster for Florida here, folks. Talk about hitting the self-destruct button. They were playing so well. Hornquist, a couple whacks at the shin pads. I mean, that is soft. I will admit that is a soft call. But you can't do that. In today's NHL, you got to know enough. You can't do dumb stuff like that. But that is a soft slashing. It's not like he two-handed him like Paul Bunyan. It was just a couple shots at his shin pads. It's that typical face-off shenanigans that usually goes on between the wingers. Stamkos shot just missed the net. One thing with Tampa Bay, if you want to have any success at beating them, you cannot take penalties against Tampa. They will destroy you. Sean comments, the Caps are ass. Oh, Sean, get that hashtag going, folks. Let's get that hashtag going on Twitter. Hashtag Caps are ass. I don't think they're ass. I think they'll make the playoffs, the Capitals. They're probably going to get bounced in the first round this year. It's my prediction. I was going to root for the Kraken this year, but after looking at them, well, it ain't looking too hot. Yeah, the Kraken, they were terrible last year. They're going to be terrible this year. They got Shane Wright, who I think is going to be a pretty good player. He hasn't really shown it yet. We'll get back to that in a bit. Here's Tampa. Shot here, goes wide. And Florida's able to get it out. So we got a minute left here on the Tampa power play. Here's Sergachev. Look at Kucherov's shift. 2-minute and 16-second shift. If I took a 2-minute and 16-second shift, I'd get the whip by my coach if I did that. Zero tolerance for that stuff. I had some pretty strict coaches in my day about that ice time stuff. Like, they got so pissed at you if you were out for more than like a minute. Obviously, if you're as talented as Kucherov or like a McDavid or whatever, you can be on the ice for the whole game and the coach isn't going to care. But when you're a simpleton hockey player like myself, the coaches didn't really want you out there for 2 or 3 minutes. Here you go. Tampa enters the zone. Great play by Killorn off the boards. Here's Corey Perry. Here's Colton to the point. Sergachev. Still passing it around. Shot. Good block. Mark Stahl with the block. Well, Hornquist right out of the box. He's going to get the puck. The Sergachev is there to take it away. Oh, another turnover for Tampa. Sam Bennett, shot. Kick saved by Vasilevsky. Here's Barkov behind the net. Michigan. Every time someone's behind the net, I always yell Michigan. I've never seen it live before. I'm just hoping I do one day. Good pressure here by Florida. Forsling. Montour dangling. Still Montour. Shot. Scores! Brandon Montour. Oh, that's a soft goal by Vasilevsky. That's a very soft goal by Vasilevsky. Backhand shot somehow got through short side. They're saying it's Kachuk's goal. He must have gotten a piece of it. I got to take a look at the replay. Must have deflected or something, because from what I saw, it looked like it just went in short side. There we go. Here's the replay. So Montour is dipsing and doodling. Backhand. Oh, that was tipped. He tipped that out of the air, Kachuk. Holy shnikes. I didn't even see that. He literally tipped that out of the air. Montour sauced it on the backhand, and Kachuk batted that out of the air past Vasilevsky. That's unreal. I take that back. That's not a soft goal. That's not a soft goal. Vasilevsky, I apologize. You couldn't do anything about that. Well, we're tied up here 1-1. Many of you predicted a low-scoring game, and we already have 2 goals in the first period. Jacob says goal. Yep, we got goals. Goals galore in the past few minutes here. Look at the shots on goal right now. 17-6 for Florida. Donnell, you look new. Never saw you in a live stream before. Yes, Donnell, you are correct. I'm very new to the channel. My name's Grant Akeem. Good save by Bobrovsky there. But yes, I will be doing watch-alongs on this channel once a week, so make sure you tune in. Subscribe, of course. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun season. Bit rusty tonight because it's the first one, but hopefully in the future it'll get better. There you go. Jacob says Vegas is 99% a contender and the other 1% is injuries. I don't know. Is Vegas a contender? Robin Leonard's out basically with injury. They got that Thompson kid in net, who's all right. But, I mean, I don't know if I'd say they're cup contenders, Vegas. I think Calgary has a better chance, and honestly, than Vegas. Tell you what, Calgary did very well. You lose Kachuk and Goudreau. Add in Huberdeau. They look pretty good so far. But it's so early. You never know. Maybe Phil the Thrill, my boy Phil Kessel, will do well in Vegas. Jacob Darcy doesn't look so good. He does not. No, he's an average goaltender. Darcy Kemper. I don't think he's anything more. He'll have games where he plays well, but for the most part, he's just an average goaltender. Subpar, says Sean. Vegas game last night was crazy. We scored 4 goals in the first period. Did ya? I didn't take a look. What was the score of that game? Oh, I see. You beat the Jets 5-2. It's good to see Jack Eichel scoring goals again. Or playing well, looks like, for Vegas. He is a guy I like, Jack Eichel. But I wonder if there was like some locker room issues or something. Because when he left Buffalo, all of a sudden Buffalo just skyrocketed at the tail end of the season last year. Panthers would clap back, don't worry. And they did. Jacob, Panthers won't score till late in the second period. That myth was busted. The Capitals belong in a desolate place where turds convene in the waste of the ocean. Just talking about them is nauseating. Those arsewipes must be beaten down in the bottom of the division. Adam, that's probably comment of the night. That's hilarious. I don't know. I think the Devils might beat them for worst. Or actually, I totally forgot about Philadelphia. I know Philadelphia is supposed to be terrible this year, but they're 3-1. What's up with that? Maybe there is something to Tortorella and Philadelphia this year. But yeah, I'd say Philadelphia and New Jersey are going to be your bottom two teams. And then I'd put the Islanders next. Or maybe I'd go Columbus and then the Islanders for worst teams. I know I'm an Islanders fan, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. Just adding Romanov and no one else offensively is just stupid. I don't know why Lou did that. But yeah, they chose to run it back, but I don't think it's going to work. Panthers' whole team is soft and dumb, says Jacob. Very strong opinions. Jacob, that was soft. That was soft. That was definitely soft. Congratulations to Tampa. Stamkos always causing New York Rangers all sorts of problems in the first game. Yeah, Stamkos, you can't deal with them. You just got to do your best to weather the storm of Stamkos. That puck was out of play with 43.2 left. If I had to sum up this first period so far, it's basically been Florida kind of controlled the play 5-on-5, and then Tampa Bay got their power play and buried their chance. And we're tied. Is Igor in net? Do the Rangers play tonight? They do not. So yeah, Igor ain't in net tonight because the Rangers don't even play. Maybe he's in net for practice today. I'm sure he was. Here comes Florida. They break the puck out. Turnover at the neutral zone. Ooh, good hit there. Excellent hit. And that will do it for the first period. 1-1 is the score. So we got Stamkos and Tkachuk with the goals. That Tkachuk goal was very impressive. Very impressive goal by Matthew Tkachuk. Batting that out of the air. ESPN didn't really show a good look at it, but that was a really good play by him. So get your thoughts about that period in the chat. We're going to take a little break here. And we'll talk about whatever you guys want. We can talk about the game. We can talk about, I see a comment about the reverse retros. We'll definitely be getting to that. I definitely have opinions. We all have opinions about the reverse retros. So we'll definitely talk about that. But we'll take a 2-minute break. Let the ads, the sponsors of the stream, identify themselves. And we'll see you in about a couple minutes. All right, we're back. Thank you to DraftKings, of course, for sponsoring this and everything at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure you use code THPN when you sign up for DraftKings. Right, let's get to some comments here. Jacob, 16-6 in shots. Geez, Vassy needs some help. Trade the whole team. I don't think they're going to do that in Tampa. The team that they have has done pretty well for them, so they're probably going to keep it the same. But yeah, the guys in front of them aren't playing up to standards, I'd say. Andre's definitely kept them in the game. And that's what you got to do as a goaltender. Last night in my game in the beer league, I kept my team in the game. I was getting peppered with shots in the first and second period. Kept it a 1-1 game, and then my team just exploded with offense in the third. Tampa's defense has really declined for sure. They've had to trade away some defensemen. They're playing some people who I haven't really heard of before. Nick Perbix, a young kid. They said he's from St. Cloud. The name sounds very familiar to me because I am from Minnesota. Yeah, Nick Perbix. He's 24 from Minneapolis. He played at Elk River, that's why. Elk River is probably like, I don't know, 30 minutes from where I grew up in Minnesota. Elk River. Yeah, St. Cloud State. He had a brother. I forgot his name, but yeah, Perbix that played for the Gophers a few years ago. Calgary. I don't know, Sean. Calgary, they got Markstrom in net. He's solid. It's going well so far this season for them. We'll see what happens with Calgary. Obviously, you got to look out for the Oilers. Oilers are very good. They're probably going to be the first in the Pacific, I'd say, the Oilers. Did this man just say the Flames have a better chance of winning the cup than my golden hot dads? I think the Calgary Flames have a more like playoff type system under Dale Sutter that I think equates to more success. But yeah, Vegas doesn't do much for me, in my opinion. Like I said, it's hit or miss at this point in the season. Jets had a 5-game winning streak versus us, but we said, F that, BS. We got to end that winning streak. I didn't know that the Jets dominated you guys basically since you've entered the league. Which is funny because I watched the Winnipeg Avalanche game a few nights ago, and apparently Winnipeg hadn't beaten Colorado in however many games. They had a long streak like that, but they finally won in overtime. Vegas beat the Jets 5-2. Yes. Random question, the Wicked 50 Cal. I'm very much into baseball analytics, and I'm trying to get into it for hockey. Do you know the best resources to look at advanced analytics for hockey? Ooh, that is a very good question. Anyone else in the chat know where you can get advanced analytics? I mean, I guess like websites like the Flash Score, they have pretty advanced analytics with all these shots, statistics, and the saves and save percentages. They do a pretty good job. But yeah, to the top of my head, I don't know like a specific like hockey website that has advanced analytics. Maybe I'm sure someone in the chat knows. They probably know more than I do about that. Jacob, Aiden Hill looked great last night. I see no Shark fan shit talking us now that he's played good. Aiden Hill, Don't know much about Aiden Hill. He seems like an average goaltender to me. But those average goaltenders can sometimes be very good. Jacob, beating the Jets isn't really an accomplishment. Yeah, the Jets are such an interesting team because they have like good offensive players, but the defense is just not there for the Jets. They just don't have that many great defensemen. And they have a stud in net, though, Connor Hellebuck, very good goaltender. I'm a big fan of his. But yeah, Jets, very interesting. I do not think the Jets will make the playoffs. I think they might like compete for like a wild card spot, maybe, but I don't see them making the playoffs. And if they somehow do, they're getting bounced in the first round. Okay, this question by Donnell. Verse Retros. What are your thoughts on the Verse Retro Jerseys 2.0 that was released yesterday? What's your favorites and your least favorites? Right. Let me pull up on Twitter all the jerseys so I can get a good look at them, and I'll go through every single team and tell you my thoughts about it. Here we go. I got the picture. So the Florida Panthers, they went with a, and by the way, I'm a huge jersey guy. I have a collection of my own jerseys. I still collect jerseys, even though I'm 23. I still love getting jerseys like I'm a little kid. Every year for Christmas, I always ask my parents, can you get me a jersey for Christmas? So yeah, we got the Florida Panthers. They went with the palm tree hockey stick logo, a like baby blue as the primary color. I mean, personally, I mean, it's all right. It's not one of my favorites. It's kind of like for me. Like, I don't really like the baby blue as the primary color. I thought the old reverse retros look better with that darker blue and that cool Panther logo. I thought that was a better one. Montreal Canadiens, they also went baby blue, which I don't quite understand why they went baby blue. I thought the blue, like the standard dark blue ones, were very nice. Not too big on that. But if we're talking about ones that like I really love, you can't go wrong with that Anaheim Ducks. Whenever they do the Mighty Ducks logo, you can never go wrong with that. Love me some Mighty Ducks. I don't know. These reverse retros are like kind of for me versus the last ones. The Canucks have a cool logo. It's that like Paul Bunyan looking guy with the skates and the beanie hat. I think that looks nice. The Wilds one, they went with the North Star look. That looks pretty solid to me. The Coyotes one with the desert. I love that. The Capitals, I love those old Washington Capitals jerseys because those are the jerseys that they wore when I was a kid. So that's awesome. I love that they went back with that design. Looks clean. Whenever I see that logo, it reminds me of Ovechkin when he was just a little kid in the league, Alex Ovechkin. The Rangers, you can't go wrong with the Liberty logo. I'm an Islanders fan, but I respect the Rangers jerseys. I think those look really nice. And that's about it. If you want to know my thoughts about that Islanders jersey, they finally gave us the Fisherman. If you are an Islanders fan out there, or just let me know what your thoughts are about the Fisherman. I love the Fisherman jersey, like the classic one with the teal and the waves, and I think it looks so nice. I have a Fisherman in my closet right there. But this Fisherman that they released yesterday, it's like they kind of half-assed it. Like there's no wave pattern. The logo like looks unfinished. There's no teal. It's just like, what's the point of doing the Fisherman without the teal? And there's no lighthouse logo on the shoulders, which is an awesome logo. It's just disappointing. I wish they would have gone full on fisherman, but I guess we have to settle for the half-ass version of that. The worst reverse retro jerseys. I don't know. Chicago's, it looks really stupid. It looks like a baseball jersey, the Chicago one, that it just spells out Chicago with a stripe. Detroit's is all right, I guess. It's kind of simple and boring. Anyone else that doesn't, I don't really like? I guess Nashville. I'm not a big fan of that yellow for Nashville. It's a bit too much yellow for me. All right, that's enough jersey talk. I could talk about jerseys all day. Donnell, Rangers don't play tonight. I know Donnell. I was getting really confused by why people were talking about Igor in net tonight. Like, he might have been in net tonight in practice, but Rangers don't play, so I don't know how he could be in a game today. Maybe he's a sub goalie, backup goalie for Florida tonight if Sergei gets hurt. Oh, Vegas has the best reverse retro jersey only because it glows in the dark, which is the only jersey to ever glow in the dark. Oh, that's right. I did hear about that it does glow in the dark. That is very cool. It is a nice jersey, though. I like it. Spells out Vegas diagonally. I think that's a solid pick. Rick, do you like the format, the NHL all playing each other? My take is we lose Battle of Alberta rivals and teams will have more traveling back at the end of the season. So what I think the NHL should do, I think they should prioritize more divisional matchups, which I think, Rick, is what you're saying. So we have more like Battle of Alberta games. We have more Ranger Islander games. Or what's another rivalry? Tampa, Florida, Jets, Wild. Like those, we have more those matchups. I think that'd be excellent if the NHL did that. But it is cool that you get to play all the teams evenly. And for standings purposes, I guess it makes it more fair. But yeah, I think it'd be nice if they, like, for your conference opponents, you played them like 4-5 times, let's say. I don't know how the math's going to work. I'm not a mathematician for scheduling. But you play your like conference opponents like 4 or 5 times, and then you play the Western Conference opponents only once. You don't play them twice. You only play them once every year. They could do that so you get more of your division matchups or your conference matchups, which could be more fun. All sports fan Adam, thoughts on the Wild? They plunge at the bottom of the Central Division at the moment. Yes, the Wild, they're my hometown team, right? I'm from Minnesota. Never have ever been a Wild fan. Gotten lots of heat for that my whole life, for not being a Wild fan. But yes, the Wild, they're kind of turning into the Western Conference Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm seeing little shades of them where they have all this offense. They can score goals at will. However, they have zero defense and the goaltending is subpar. I think getting Marc-Andre Fleury at this age was a big mistake. He's old, right? He's doing his best, but he's not prime Andre Fleury anymore. He just doesn't have it. And I think adding him to the roster was just a bit of a rush to move, in my opinion. Because I don't know. I guess Bill Guerin thought for some reason they were good enough to win a cup last season. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like the Fleury move. I think they'll definitely right the ship. They're just having a tough start to the year. They'll definitely make the playoffs. It's just whether or not they can get out of the first round, right? When's the last time the Minnesota Wild got out of the first round? It might have been like 5-6 years ago. But yes, they're definitely they have shades of being a Maple Leafs team a little bit. All the offense in the world, not great defense. They have to win games like 6-5, in order to get 2 points. I know they got to win tonight, last night against the Canucks in overtime. But yeah. I think they got to switch up the system, the Wild do. Play a more defensive system. Obviously, you don't want to subjugate the offense, but just play a bit more defense because you can score goals. You just tighten it up. Well, second period is about to begin. The intermission went by quick. It was probably all the jersey talk we did. They made it go by so fast. We got the big jug in the mix. Half-gallon jug, folks. I don't mess around when it comes to water. All right, we got the puck is down. Second period underway. Sean, thank you so much for donating. I appreciate it. If you also want to donate like Sean did, feel free to do that in the live chat. Sean, I might have to get you a THPN shirt. Dylan, I got to get some merch. I got to order some online. I saw you have a cool like Canadian sweatshirt with like the logo. That one looks really nice. That looks really cool. I'll have to order that one. Here we go. Florida, shot from the point, goes in the corner. Here's Barkov, Florida. Good 5-on-5 pressure here. Another turnover by Tampa. Very soft in their own zone tonight, Tampa. Lots of turnovers. And Tampa's just going to chip it out, and it's going to be icing. 18:45 to go. Grant's $9 closer, NHL 23. Yes, exactly. Everybody donate tonight so we can start an NHL 23 fund. Let's see if we can get all the way up to $60 to get NHL 23. If we actually do achieve that goal, I will play NHL 23. I will buy the game and play NHL 23 next week, and we'll do a live stream on my channel for that. Chance for Florida, goes in the corner. Shot there. Kachuk, shot. Saved by Vasilevsky. Oh, point turns it over again. Florida keeps it in. Shot. Ooh, just missed. Here we go. Point flips it out. Jailbreak change for Tampa. Here's Kachuk. Shot into the gut of Vasilevsky. He covers with 17:55. Perry and Kachuk punching each other. What's new? I know this isn't a popular take, especially amongst my age group, 23. Oh, we're the same age, Wicked Cal. How awesome is that? But I'm not a fan of the Fisherman jersey, not because of the history. It's just I legit don't like the aesthetics of the jersey. Wow, you're definitely in the minority for your age. I think everyone our age loves the Fisherman. I think it looks cool. It's just different, right? It's different than just the normal Islanders logo because the Islanders don't really have other logos besides it. We just have the standard NY with the Long Island in it. But yeah, I just wish the organization would have some fun with it. Go full on Fisherman. Why not? Sean, $9 closer. Yes, we are. Stefan, what's up, Stefan? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Chevalier says 5-3 for Florida. I predicted a 3-1 Florida win, which still could happen. Still could happen. I'm trying to think of all the watch-alongs I did last season. I think I predicted the score, man, probably like 3 times. So yeah, my hit rate is very low. It's probably like 2% hit rate with my score predictions. Yes, Sean. I keep forgetting to do this. I'm terrible about this on my channel too. I always forget. I get so engaged in the game. But yes, if you are new, please do subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at HockeyPodNet. I believe there's an Instagram page as well. You can same handle, follow them there too. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Grant Akeem is my Twitter handle. At Grant_Akeem is my Instagram and TikTok. And don't worry, my TikTok is basically the same as my Instagram. You're not going to see me do these dances that young people do, like the twerking and all that nonsense. I don't do that on TikTok. It's just funny videos of myself from live streams and whatnot. I'm not coordinated enough to do those dances. No way. But yeah, so I'm having fun, everybody. Hope everyone's having fun at home. Brand new to the channel, but you guys have been so nice and kind to me. I appreciate it. Oh, we got a penalty here. Penalty on Florida. So Florida was on the power play. Now they took a penalty, and now it's going to be 4-on-4 for a minute 34. It's going to be a tripping call on Sam Bennett. Mouthguard chewer, Sam Bennett. I'm a part of the crew. Who else is a mouthguard chewer that plays hockey? Always chewing the mouthguard whenever I played when I was younger. Definitely defeats the purpose of wearing a mouthguard. But I don't know. I felt like I could breathe better if it was on the side. That's why I never wore it totally in my mouth. Donnell, hey man, I respect for hockey in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey. Rangers, Islanders, Devils, even though they don't get talked a lot. Yeah, hockey in the tri-state area is pretty decent. I mean, the Islanders obviously have been successful for a few years. I think they're nosediving, the Islanders. You got the Rangers, who were kind of at the bottom of the cellar, rebuild, and now look at where they are. They made it to the East Finals last season. They're poised for another great year. They got Igor, the king in net, Igor Shesterkin, reigning Vezina winner. And then look, New Jersey, they're just getting, I think they're on the up and up, New Jersey. I know everyone says that every single year about New Jersey. But I like a lot of the guys they got. See, obviously, Jack Hughes, Nico Hischier. Good glove save by Sergei. Excellent glove save. We got 15-19 left in the second. But yeah, you got Hughes, you got Hischier, Dawson Mercer, who I think is going to be an amazing player at the NHL level. Lots of youth on that team, and it's just going to take some time. I think their only weak points, one of their weak points is goaltending in New Jersey. They do not have a goaltender yet. I don't think Mackenzie Blackwood is a number one starter for your team if you want to win a cup, in my opinion. You might have to get someone better. I tell you what, maybe the Islanders can make a trade with New Jersey, trade Varlamov. New Jersey definitely needs a starting goalie. We'll hand you Varlamov, give us a young prospect. How about that deal? Because the Islanders need more young prospects. So Tampa power play with 20 seconds left on it. We'll watch closely here. Kucherov gets it out. Back at full strength here. Here's Braden Point. Kucherov to the point for Hedman. Chernak for Hedman. Hedman, shot blocked in the slot. And Florida can't get it out. Gudis up the boards. And it just squeaks out to the neutral zone. Oh, here comes Point. Sergei steers it aside. Someone lost the glove. And it's going to be icy on Florida with 13:46 left. Chevalier official, hope Panthers will do it tonight because Tampa did cost me $20,000 last time. Seriously, it cost you that much money? I can't be betting that much money. I'm a college student. The most I could bet is maybe 100. Even then, I don't think I could. Donnell, I will tell you that I did pre-order the Islanders Reverse Retro, waiting to order the Rangers and Devils ones. Wow, Donnell, you ordered the Fisherman that ran out of ink. I tweeted that out when they came out. It looks like the Islanders, the printer ran out of toner on their logo because there's no teal on it. The teal ink was low in the printer. But yeah, the Devils, let me take a look at theirs. The Devils have, I like that. Yeah, that's a solid jersey by the Devils. And then obviously the Rangers ones, that's very nice with the Liberty logo, blue with some red sleeves on it. Very nice, very nice. My two favorite teams are first in the league, Boston and Vegas. Those are two teams I'm personally not a big fan of. I will say that. I mean, I don't mind Vegas, but it was annoying how good they were right off the jump when they entered the league. That was annoying to me. Very envious. Vasilevsky's going to glove it here. But yeah, Boston. I don't think many people like Boston besides Boston fans. Donnell, who do you think will be the worst team in the NHL out of the Sharks, Flyers, Canadiens, Coyotes, and Blackhawks? Wow. Well, the Sharks, I mean, they're going to be at the bottom, but I don't think they're going to be a favorite for the number one pick. The Flyers, I think, could be favorites for the number one pick. The Canadiens, I think, are going to be right above that level. They'll be bad, but they're not going to be number one pick bad. Slafkovsky looked great. How about Slafkovsky? He scored that goal yesterday against Arizona, and he had that epic stare down with that defenseman. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you have to go online and find it. Like, that was amazing. He just absolutely stared down a defenseman after he scored his first goal. I would never have the balls to do that. So good job to Slafkovsky for doing that. And then we have the Coyotes and Blackhawks. So I think the Coyotes are favorites for Connor Bedard and the number one overall pick. The Blackhawks are probably second favorites for that number one overall pick. And then I'd say Flyers are third favorites. Those are my bottom three teams, probably. Coyotes, Blackhawks, Flyers. They're all going to be in the mix for Connor Bedard. But one thing about the Coyotes, though, since we brought them up, Donnell, how about Mullet Arena? How awesome is that atmosphere going to be at ASU? I can't wait to watch a game there. I think they play next Friday, a week from today, against the Jets at Mullet Arena. That's going to be awesome. I have to go to a game at ASU at that Mullet Arena. It looks awesome. Jacob, you're not realizing how much potential the Devils have. Exactly, Sean. They have so much potential, New Jersey Devils. Watching SmackDown in NHL. My night is great, says Jacob. Sounds like an awesome night, Jacob. I'm assuming that's WWE. I'm not a huge WWE fan. Every now and then I will see clips online of it. But yeah, glad you're having a good night. That's awesome. Always a good night when you're watching hockey, in my opinion. Nothing better. Watching hockey with people, the best. Ooh, chance for Florida. Ooh, good save, Vasilevsky. He kind of made a puck handling mistake, Vasilevsky, but he recovered well. And Tampa Bay is going to float it out to Colton, who slips and falls because the ice is very slippery. And Tampa is just going to regroup in their own zone here. Rick, I think Calgary is the best jersey and Sharks in Florida. What were you thinking, Retro? Just Calgary is best jersey and Sharks. Let me take a look. Okay, I'm looking at Calgary's right now. Oh, we have a delay game penalty. Is it on Tampa? Oh, it's on Florida. Delay of game penalty on Florida. Matthew Tkachuk. I got to see this replay. Oh, that's harsh. That's very harsh. Puck was in the air and Tkachuk just whiffed on it, or he didn't whiff on it. He batted it out of the air. And then it just went out. So, yeah, tactically, I guess that is delay of game. So, Tampa Bay back on the power play. Very lethal. Hedman shot, blocker save by Sergey. We're going to watch this closely here because I think Tampa's going to score. Kucherov down low. Nemestikov. Back to Kucherov. Hedman, can he keep it in? Yes. Kucherov, Nemestikov. We have lots of Cobbs tonight for Tampa Bay. Point to Hedman at the point. Hedman to point from Hedman to the point. Kucherov. Stamkos. Good block by Florida. Lundell with the block. We goalies love that. Here's Hedman now. Near side to Stamkos. Hedman. Point. Trying to set something up here, Tampa Bay. Very methodical. Hedman. Kucherov. Down low. Back for Kucherov. Ooh, a shot there. Rebound. Kicked away by Bobrovsky. It goes to the point with Kucherov. Stamkos. Saved by Sergey. Sprawling save by Bobrovsky. Stamkos. Oh! Puck deflects out of play. The Florida faithful on their feet. Excellent PK by Sergei Bobrovsky there. Tell you what, the best penalty killer has to be your goalie for sure. But to finish that thought about the jerseys, Calgary, the stripage. What's going on with that stripage? There's a horizontal stripe at the bottom, and then there's like a diagonal one right in the middle of it. I don't quite understand that. Very interesting choice. Kaloran shot, save, rebound. Good save again. Florida back to full strength. Still Tampa Bay applying the pressure. And they turn it over. Here's Pavel Bure. Tkachuk. Centering pass just goes wide of Vasilevsky. And Tampa just going to dump it in. Yes, like Bucci said, this is great pace. It's picked up. It's what we love to see. To be honest, my favorite version of the Islanders jersey that isn't the traditional ones are those 2014-15 alternates. Is that the jersey? Is that the Brooklyn jerseys? Or is that the... I'm trying to think 2014-15 alternates. What jerseys would those be? Islanders 2014, 2015 alternate. Are you talking Wicked 50 Cal? Are you talking about the Brooklyn jerseys? Are you talking about the outdoor game jerseys against the Rangers? Because you were talking about the Brooklyn jerseys. You're definitely in the minority with that. I actually think those Brooklyn jerseys look nice. I own one of those jerseys. I'm getting ready for the Kraken versus Avs in a few. Getting the popcorn ready. I might tune into that game. I might for a little bit. I do have to go to bed because I do have an early morning tomorrow with work, but I'll probably watch the first period of that game. Working on the weekend is great, isn't it? I alternate every weekend. Every other weekend I have to work, but that's not terrible. It could be every weekend, which would suck, but I'll take it. Sean, what if I want to see you twerk? Trust me, Sean. Sean, there's nothing here to see. Nothing here to see, Sean. You don't want to see me twerk. Tell you what, the only way you could get me to twerk, if I do a live stream on this channel and it gets like 100 likes, then I will do a video of me twerking. You have my word, Sean. If I ever do a stream on here and I get 100 likes, I will twerk on a TikTok for you. I can't stand the mouth chewing on the mouth guard. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sean, because I was a mouth guard chewer. I tell you what, I bet like 80% of hockey players actually wore the mouth guard right where it was in their mouth. I guarantee you like 80% of us had it hanging out of their mouth. Jacob, the Canucks are worse than the Coyotes. Ooh, yeah, let's talk about the Canucks for a little bit. If you didn't know, the Vancouver Canucks, they're my second favorite team. I've always loved the Canucks since I was a kid. Very, very poor start to the Canucks, which is surprising to me because I thought they had a pretty good offseason. Bringing in like a Mikheyev, I thought that was a good move. Obviously, you have Thatcher Demko in net, who is one of the better goalies in the league. Offensively, if you could get Elias Pettersson playing a little bit better than what he has so far in his career, Brock Besser is great. They have and obviously JT Miller's had an amazing season last year. They have offensive pieces. It's just defensively, they don't have a whole lot other than Quinn Hughes. And obviously Quinn Hughes is still developing as a defenseman. But yes, they're winless in like 4 or 5 games. They got a point last night, at least against the Wild. They take on the Buffalo Sabres tomorrow night at home. You could imagine that that's probably a must-win game for the Canucks. You got to beat Buffalo. I know Buffalo's on the up and up, but that's a game you got to beat. You got to beat the Sabres if you're the Canucks. But yeah, I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet. We're only like 5-6 games into the season, so give it time. I'd say by Thanksgiving, if your team isn't in the playoffs, then I would start hitting the panic button a little bit. And then especially by Christmas, if you're not in the playoffs, then it's like, okay, we really got to pick it up here. But yeah, I really don't read into the standings until like American Thanksgiving, I should say, because I'm sure we have some Canadians here. American Thanksgiving in November. Dylan, right now with DraftKings, bet $5 on any NHL team and get $200 in free bets if they win. Promo code THPN. Amazing deal. That is an amazing deal. Make sure you sign up with DraftKings. Your shots, by the way, in the game are 27-17 for Florida. Icing call here on the Lightning with 7:30 left in the second. We got an update with the Chicago Red Wings game. Dylan Larkin got a goal, so it's 2-0 Red Wings against the Blackhawks. Blackhawks full. They're going full in the Tank Bedard mode. Tank for Bedard. Hey, Butchie. Butchie brought up the Gophers North Dakota game tonight. Legend. I'll have to check out the score of that during the intermission. Gophers North Dakota, amazing rivalry. You should look on YouTube after the stream of the fights and everything. It's wild. Another icing call here on Tampa. Roman Fedorov, high from Russia. Wow, that's amazing. Let me know where you guys are watching from. That's incredible. That's the beauty of the internet. No matter where you are in the world, you got internet or Wi-Fi, you can tune in. YouTube bringing people together. That's what it's all about. Love it. Agreed. No one likes Boston except for Boston. Exactly, Sean. Not many people like Boston. Who likes Brad Marchand? Like, I don't like him at all. One thing that really disgusts me about Brad Marchand is him licking Leo Komarov. He just loves Leo Komarov's sweat or something. Brad Marchand. I don't know what his deal is with licking people. Call me Chun Li. Yuck, Boston and Vegas. Yeah, I'll give Boston a yuck. I won't say yuck to Vegas. I'll just kind of go meh with Vegas. They're just kind of like an annoying team because they did so well their first year. Well, chance there. Good save by Bobrovsky. Ooh, a bit of a fight here behind the net. Pushing and shoving. Looks like it's Montour for Florida. Not sure who the Tampa Bay player is, but it looks like there's going to be a penalty out of this. I always hate that when the referees, there's a scrum and they pull one guy from the pile. That's always so annoying. Oh, one player, the Florida player got roughing, the Tampa Bay player got for grabbing the face mask. Which I didn't realize we were playing NFL and face masking was a rule. But I guess that I've never seen that. Face masking? I mean, he grabbed the visor a little bit. I mean, it seems kind of harsh to give him a penalty for face masking. I'm expecting a roughing the passer penalty the next time the refs call penalty. So it's going to be a 4-on-4 here for 2 minutes, of course. We got 6:36 here left in the second. It's still 1-1. Everyone at the start of the stream, lots of people at the start of the stream said a low-scoring game, and that's what we got tonight. the goaltenders have played very well, exceptionally well, especially for Vasilevsky, who's faced way more shots than Bobrovsky. Only people who hate Vegas are the ones who were dropped on their head as a baby. I don't know if you were, how could you, everyone who was a baby, who's an adult now, Vegas didn't even exist as a team, so I don't know if that works. Maybe everyone, right, maybe everyone who got dropped as a kid for some reason doesn't like the colors or I don't know what about Vegas. Only if the Sharks' skills were as good as their jerseys, says Sean. Yeah, I like the new look for the Sharks. Very clean. A lot better than their old jerseys. Rick, I love the orange and yellow on black for the Calgary. Sick to me looking. Yeah, those do look nice. But that horizontal stripe is a bit funky to me. I don't know why they did that. I'm all about simplicity and having nice, even lines on jerseys. So I don't know. It's hard to tell also with these jerseys, like from a picture. You can't really give your honest opinion about it until you see it on the players with the full uniform and the socks. Oh, we have an injury. A player for Florida is hurt. We got the trainer on the ice in his white Nike trainers. Oh, Barkov. That's not what you want to see for Florida. Barkov is hurt. Oh, that's an awkward hit by Kucherov. Oh, that is an awkward hit. That could be a shoulder injury. That could be a head injury. Yeah, it's always so tough. When you turn right at the last second on the boards and you get hit, you're always in a vulnerable spot. But yeah, I don't think that was necessarily like dirty by Kucherov, but not what you want to see if you're Florida. Your captain looks like he's going to head to the dressing room, and we'll see if he's able to come back. The 2014-15 aren't those black ones, although they do look good, to be honest. They're quite similar to the Stadium Series one that they have when they played the Rags. Okay, yeah, those Stadium Series jerseys are very clean. I like those ones for the Islanders. But yeah, the Brooklyn ones, I know like people hate the Brooklyn ones, but I think those are very clean, very nice. Rick, the Leafs need sandpaper muckers like McSorley-like player to protect Matthews and Mitchie. Trade for some Leafs. Okay, so you want more like Ryan Reeves type players on Toronto. Which, I mean, yeah, I mean, they do need more sandpaper guys, like you said, for Toronto. They have so much skill up front. But I mean, I tell you what, I thought they played really well against Tampa last season in the playoffs. And in my opinion, I thought Toronto did well enough to beat Tampa. I thought they outplayed them in that series. But we'll see how Toronto does this year. I think they're going to do great in the regular season, of course. And I don't know. I think this will be the year. I think this will be the year Toronto finally gets out of the first round. I think they're going to do it. Mark my words, in October, Grant said Toronto will get out of the first round this year. Do I think they will get past the second round? That is to be determined, but I think they will get past the first round. Face masking is a thing. Yeah, I've never heard of a face masking penalty in my life for hockey. I had no idea that they were calling face masking. But I guess if you are in a scrum and you touch the visor at all and grab it, they're going to call you for face masking. Or unsportsmanlike. Well, Bennett between the legs. similar to Barkov's move from the first. Vasilevsky's going to cover with 4:31 left in the second. That reminds me of the TV show The League. Anyone watch that on FX back in like 2010s? That jingle. Sean, you're the man, baby. Sean, he's Googling stuff for us. Love it. And the NHL holding the face mask is considered unsportsmanlike conduct and earns a minor penalty of 2 minutes in the penalty box. That must be new for this year because, like I said, never heard of face masking before. Rick, I dare them to grab my face mask, LOL. Pinhead. SpongeBob reference there. Tell you what, if I'm a goalie right now in beer league, if anyone touches my mask, they're getting a face full blocker right to their mouth. No one's touching my face mask. No way. Call me Chun Li. I'll say I don't hate Vegas as a team. Fans are cocky, think they know everything. I think a lot of fan bases are like that, Chun Li. A lot of fan bases are cocky, some cockier than others. I would put Vegas in that more cocky. Oh, a chance scores! Florida scores, and it's 2-1. Right off the faceoff. The Florida faithful, we got their pink pom-poms out. They're loving it. Balser's the goal for Florida. Oh, that's very unfortunate. It bounced around in the slot and fell right to Balsers. Vasilevsky just had no idea where the puck was. Nothing he can do. Balsers basically puts it in the empty net, and it's 2-1 Florida. Well, there you go, folks. My 3-1 prediction is still on right now. It's still on, baby. I should have put money on that. That would have been way more fun. Jacob says boo. Doesn't like it. Sean, goal. Yes. Lots of goals. Hell yeah. Yeah, so right off the face-off, the shot kind of got blocked, and it somehow bounced right to him. What do you think, folks? Are you guys still going to stick with your original predictions, or are you going to change them a bit? Because I know some of you predicted like 5-2 or more of a high-scoring game. I think it's going to stay pretty low. These goalies are dialed in tonight. Oh, 3-on-1 for Tampa. Point. Oh, the pass doesn't work out. No, here's Hedman. Good D by Florida. Lappy icing is not icing. Vasilevsky had to play it. Here's Florida with it. Stall. Shot gets deflected. Oh, another Tampa turnover right at the blue line. I tell you what, if I was Tampa Bay's coach, I'd be furious at John Cooper. So many turnovers right at the blue line. That's a big no-no for me. Offside call here. 2:51 left in the second. 2-1 Florida. thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been lots of fun tonight. If you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel and follow us on Twitter at HockeyPodNet. That'd be brilliant. If you want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is at Grant Hakeem, and then the Insta and TikTok's at Grant_Hakeem. Gotta love it when the in-arena, guys, the guys at the arena that are paid by the team to amp the crowd up. They're like, make some noise. And then it's just dead silent in the arena after that. It is Florida, so you can't expect much from the crowd, can you? I will say there are lots of butts in the seats, though, so good for them for getting the attendance up. They just got to get the enthusiasm up more. I know it's October, but we need more enthusiasm from the fans. Ooh, puck goes out of play. It is deflected, so no delay of game. There'll be a face-off right in front of Bobrovsky. Kierstead, apparently he played for North Dakota. Do not like North Dakota. If you grew up in Minnesota, you'd understand. Look at that. He's also from Elk River. So we got two Elk River, Minnesota boys tonight in Perbix and Kierstead. That's very rare. I tell you what, if you had that on your bingo card. I don't think many of you had that on the bingo card. Here you go. Borovsky's going to cover here. Oh, Sergachev. Uh-oh. Gave Bobrovsky a bit of a snow shower. As a defenseman, whenever anyone touched my goalie, I always just beat their ass and knocked them down. Nobody touches my goalie. Especially like in high school, I did that a lot. I always got penalties for it, but it was worth it. Got to protect the goalies. Goalies are the most important, one of the most important players on the ice. Hey, baby. Who? Ha. I want to know. Will you be my girl? Wicked 50 Cal. If he's still here, you know that song. Hey, Josh Bailey. Who? Ha. I want to know that you scored a goal. Islanders chant right there. They were playing that song in the arena, by the way. I'm not a weirdo that just sings random songs. So I just, whatever they play in the arena, if I know the song, I'll sing along to it. So we got a minute left here in the second. We have another penalty tonight. It's been a penalty-filled game. Cross-checking penalty on Tampa Bay. So Florida is going to go on the power play. I don't know what your thoughts about this, but I always hated whenever we were on a one of your teams, or even when I was playing, when we had a power play with a minute left in the period, because it kind of carried over into two periods. Like, I'd rather just have it all at once versus split up. I just feel like it ruins the momentum and the flow of the power play a little bit for me. But here we go. Can Florida nick a goal here late in the second and make it 3-1? Oh, here comes Tampa shorthanded. Good D by Florida. Oh, here's Killorn, the Harvard man. Alex Killorn, he probably has a 4.0 GPA if he went to Harvard. I certainly couldn't get into Harvard with my GPA. No way. No way. Was shot by Kachuk. Rebound goes wide. Was shot, just missed Vasilevsky. And Tampa clears it out. 5 seconds left. And that will do it for the second period. So Florida gets a goal courtesy of Balsers, kind of off that broken play from the faceoff. And they lead it 2-1. My prediction is still on. I predicted 3-1. Still could happen. If it does happen, I better get a bonus for tonight, Dylan. I better get a bonus. Well, we'll step aside here, let the sponsors identify themselves. You're watching the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network. All right, we are back. Thank you to DraftKings for sponsoring this stream and everything at the Hockey Podcast Network. Make sure you use the promo code THPN when you sign up for DraftKings. Right, so let me know what your thoughts are about this game so far. It's 2-1 Florida. Your shots are 30-20 for the Panthers. In my opinion, it's been pretty... that second period is pretty 50-50, I would say. I think it tilted more towards Florida. But it wasn't like Florida was getting like chance after chance after chance after chance, and Vasilevsky had to stand on his head. A lot of the shots were more perimeter shots. And then for Tampa, offensively, have been kind of quiet, haven't really gotten things going. They got one more period to sort things out with that. But yeah, pretty tight. As the score would indicate, 2-1. I think that's a fair score for tonight. And I hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Staying safe and everything. Hope you're doing well, having a nice Friday night. Start of the weekend. Maybe for you. Not for me this week. This week I work this weekend, so not a weekend for me until Monday, because I have Monday and Tuesday off. That's my weekend with work. Chevalier official, come Panthers, 120K incoming tonight. I'm not well versed with the betting talk or whatever, so that's either a lot of money, you're winning a lot of money, or losing a lot of money. I hope you're winning. because that's a lot of money to lose. Jacob, Panthers. I've turned this game off to watch the Avs game. Has that started yet? It's the Avalanche game. That starts pretty soon. Avs Kraken in Colorado. I'm going to go Colorado's going to win that game like 4-1. I don't think Kraken have that much of a chance. And then the other game going on tonight, we have the Red Wings and Blackhawks. Now, ESPN did an update during the game. Oh, there it is. The score is updated. Here we go. Because I looked at my phone, it said it was still 1-0, but I remember on the broadcast they said that it was 2-0, but my app just didn't load. So yeah, so it's end of the first right now. It is 2-0 Red Wings against the Blackhawks. And are those shot statistics right? I'm looking at the NHL app, and it says there's 6 shots for the Red Wings and 3 shots for the Blackhawks. That's very, very low. Very low shots. And somehow the Red Wings have 2 goals on 6 shots. So that makes me wonder who's in net for the Blackhawks tonight. I don't know. Very interesting game there. We got P. Suter and Dylan Larkin with the goals. And then Kraken Avalanche scoreless middle of the first period. And then, of course, our game is 2-1. $69-2 Tampa. That's a very sexy score prediction right there by Jacob. 69-2. Lots of talk about is Vegas soft or not. Rick says the Raptors 71, Brooklyn 66 in the third. Not a big basketball fan, so mostly hockey and soccer are my 2 sports. Big soccer fan as well. How are Panthers soft? Yeah, I don't think the Panthers are a soft team. They brought in Kachuk, for goodness sakes. I mean, he's probably one of the more hard players in the NHL. That's what she said. One of the more harder players in the league, not soft. I tell you what, though, the Florida decor is pretty soft. That's not a good decor for Florida. Call me Shirley. Shun-Li, what is your favorite team? My favorite team is the New York Islanders. I do have a cool story about how I became an Islanders fan. I'll sum it up very quick, but if you're interested in knowing more about my story, on the Islanders Never Say Die podcast, which is a podcast, a part of the Hockey Podcast Network, I was a guest on their show and kind of told the whole story. So if you can go to their YouTube channel and find the episode with me in it, and you can listen to it. But essentially, I grew up in Minnesota. I still am in Minnesota. As you can tell, I have Goldie the Gopher in the background, a big Gopher hockey fan growing up because my dad went to the U and was a big fan himself. One of my favorite players growing up on the Gophers was Kyle Okposo because he did this awesome between the legs goal. And when you're like 6, 7 years old, you think, oh my God, that's awesome. And especially given like the time, it was like 2007 and 2008, like those like fancy goals like that weren't really a thing back in that time, you know? So it was awesome to see him score that. And I imitated that in practice the next day. The next day in practice, I was doing that between the legs goal like 24/7. Like so much so to the point that my coaches were like, Grant, what the hell are you doing? You got to switch it up here. You can't be doing the between the legs goal every time. So yeah, huge Oposo fan. Actually got to meet him at Skate with the Gophers, which is a fun event where you get to literally skate with the hockey team. And I did that. Got a picture taken with him. And then I'd say about a year later, I played hockey at this place called Minnesota Made, which is kind of a premier kind of hockey school in Minnesota. Lots of NHL players have, played there. That's where the famous 88 team came from, Minnesota made. And they have like teams like, I'm sure people have heard of the Machine. They're like an elite like summer hockey team. But yes, I played hockey there in the summers, and sometimes I did in the winters as well. But I guess Oposo, he trains there in the summers. So a year later, he was actually able to sign that photo for me, and it's still hanging in my bedroom to this day. So yeah, very awesome guy. He obviously was drafted by the Islanders. So when he left the Gophers, I naturally just kind of followed him into the NHL with the Islanders. And an Islanders fan was born. So that's kind of my story with the Islanders. And then I'll chuck in my second favorite team is the Canucks because I was a huge fan of the Sedins growing up. And Luongo. Luongo is a good guy as well. Especially during that cup run in 2011, I was really into the Canucks that year. I think I was in middle school. But yeah, Canucks, very great. Side note, Canucks, I think, have some of the best jerseys in the league. I'll put my hands up and say that. Love the Canucks jerseys. Angus McWhorter, I remember when nobody in the state of Florida even knew what hockey was. Yeah, isn't it great how hockey is just spreading across the country? I think that's just amazing. Like, it's not just like Minnesota, Michigan, New York, Boston, like that are developing hockey players. You're having states like California is like developing hockey players. You got Zegras is from California. Demko is from San Diego. You got guys coming out of Florida, who are NHLers. Just awesome to see. I hope the game of hockey keeps growing because it's such an awesome sport. My favorite sport. It's the best sport of all time. Oh, ESPN, they're live looking at the Kraken and Colorado game. I can do a little bit of play-by-play for that if you like. I'll keep my eyes on it. Keep my eyes on it. Still 0-0 with about 6 minutes left in the first. Also, by the way, if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe. We have a fight here in the Kraken Avs game. Alexiak, McDermott. Alexiak and McDermott. Some punches are landing. Trying to get the helmet off here. Alexiak's helmet is off. Oh, McDermott, good punch. Oh, excellent punch. Going to town on Alexiak. Oh, McDermott, he's going to be feeling that tomorrow night. Or tomorrow. Oh, my goodness. I think he might have a bloody nose. That was a good tilt. One of the better tilts I've seen. Usually the fights in the NHL, it's all about like pushing and grabbing the jersey. That was like legit. We had some punches landed. Definitely McDermott won that fight. If I was a judge, McDermott won the fight for me. But also I want to say, if you might be wondering who I am, I'm Grant Akeem, by the way. I'm brand new to the channel. I'll be doing watch-alongs on this channel once a week. It's going to be a fun season. Can't wait to get into more of a better rhythm with this because it's brand new format. So I'm doing my best tonight. It's a bit wonky and funky. I know it's not as smooth as you're probably used to, but we're doing our best here. And thank you guys for being so kind to me. I really appreciate that. Welcoming me into your channel here. It's great. Rick, Leafs, Robertson, first game, last 2 goals, and led the Leafs per season. They got to keep him up. Oh, that's right. Robertson for the Leafs. He's a pretty good player. I did see that he scored last night against Dallas, but I think Dallas won the game, right? Oh, no. The Maple Leafs won the game in overtime. That's right. Yeah, Nick Robertson, he got the overtime goal. That's the clip I saw today. I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a clip of the Maple Leafs GM, Kyle Dubas, like swearing in the press box, which was absolutely hilarious. Sean, so who wants to talk about peanut butter? Are you a big peanut butter fan, Sean? I can't say that I ever was. When I was a kid, my mom, made me some PB&J sandwiches, but I don't really eat peanut butter that much. I'm more into like I have pancakes in the morning, and I have like this cool like chocolate cacao spread that I put on my pancakes. That's really good. So not peanut butter, it's more of a cacao chocolate flavor. Really nice flavor to add to your pancakes. If you make pancakes in the morning, highly recommend. Peanut butter can come in many textures, but the main two are crunchy and smooth. So we're getting into some facts about peanut butter from Sean. And then he personally likes smooth. Yeah, the cacao paste that I use is smooth. I don't know if a crunchy paste is that great. I definitely prefer smooth. Peanut butter is more overrated than the Leafs defense. Ba-bam. Jacob. That's a good one. It's so easy to make jokes about the Maple Leafs, isn't it? It's great. Overrated just like Vegas. Yeah, we got Jacob here thinking Vegas is going to win the Stanley Cup. I'm saying that they probably are just going to barely squeak into the playoffs, I think. Sean, the Preds haven't won anything since God knows when. Right, everybody in the chat, what's your guys' favorite team? I kind of gave you my story about the Islanders. Let me know who your team is and kind of how you became a fan. Was it just because you live in the state? Was it a family member? I love hearing the origin stories about how people became a fan of their team. It's like the Batman origin story. Let me know how you became a fan of your team. The Leafs says front row with an emoji face of a guy puking. Yes. The Leafs offense is great, but the defense is the pukey emoji right there. Start of the third period is about to happen here soon. The players are back on the ice. That World Junior Team Canada goal song they thought was lame, but backfired and they won gold. I love that song. That's why I love the song. Not only because it's the Josh Bailey goal song for us Islander fans, but it's the World Juniors Canadians goal song. I think it's great. It's upbeat. Hey baby, who ha, I wanna know. Will you be my girl? I love it. It's a great song, great tune. Is that your only defense that my Preds haven't won a cup? Your insults are worse than your comebacks. A bit feisty in the chat tonight. We're getting a bit feisty. So, Sean, that must mean you're a Predators fan. Here we go. Puck is down for the third period. Will Tampa Bay come back and tie it, or will Florida deliver on my prediction and make it 3-1? Good stat here by Butchergrass. If Florida wins, they will be 4-1, and then Tampa Bay will be 1-4. Thank you, Bucci, for that stat. So if you forgot, Florida is on the power play right now. 38 seconds left because it carried over from the second. Someone said that the Leafs are making it into the second round. Laughing my ass off, no shot. I will put my hands up and say, Shun Lee, I said that. I think the Maple Leafs are going to get past the first round this year. Mark my words. They definitely will. I will bet. I wish I could bet on that. I will bet, I don't know, $100 that they'll make it to the second round. That's how confident I am. I don't think they'll make it past the second, but I think they'll get past the first. You got to remember, people, they played very well against Tampa Bay last year in the playoffs. They played very well. So well that I thought they played a little bit better than Tampa. I'm typing way too fast for this. I love chat room drama. Yes, chat room drama is excellent, isn't it? You got to love it. At least it's civil. I've done streams where it's gotten so nasty. But you guys are nice and civil tonight. It's some polite banter. I appreciate it. Front row, the Caps will definitely make the playoffs. Wow, okay. Very strong. I think they're going to contend for the wild card spot. But, I mean, I agree with you. If I had to predict today, I think they'll make it. Oh, chance for Tampa. Bouncing puck. Good D by Gudis in the corner. Perbix shot. The man out of Elk River. If you take nothing from tonight, take this. Elk River, Minnesota. Balsers and Nick Perbix from Elk River, Minnesota. If you learn nothing tonight, that's what you learn. Not much. I played lots of hockey games in Elk River. Not much going on there, honestly. Ice arena is kind of the barn. Oh, good hit. Helmet goes flying. Kachuk's helmet just flew. He puts the helmet back on. Watch out. Kachuk is a madman right now. He might injure someone. Shot here. Missed the net. Tampa Bay. Lots of offensive zone time here. Ooh, a chip shot. It goes wide by Stamkos. He got the wedge out and tried to chip it past Bobrovsky. But Florida's going to ice the puck with 16:48 left. This is an excellent start by Tampa Bay. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Getting more ozone time, getting more shots on Bobrovsky. Good hit by Perbix. Speaking of Elk River, good job by Perbix hitting Kachuk. Uh-oh, that tripping. No call on the refs. They've been trigger happy with the penalties tonight, but they let that go. Here's Chernak to Kucherov. Back for Chernak. They put it in deep. Chernak. Oh, that's got to be interference, ref. That's got to be interference, ref. And yes, it is. They're going to call it. Chernak, 2 minutes for interference. He bobbled it at the blue line, and he had to take the penalty. It's a good penalty because if he didn't do it, Florida would have had a breakaway. Also, by the way, Barkov, who got hurt at the end of the second period, is back on the ice. So if you're a Florida fan, don't worry. Barkov is back. By the way, Kraken Avalanche are scoreless at the end of the first, and Red Wings are winning 2-1. The Blackhawks got a goal, courtesy of Andreas Athanasiou. So Florida power play here. They got to bury one here. Got to bury a power play goal here. Shot, missed the net. Tampa Bay is able to clear it out. The ads on the boards are less annoying now. You just get used to it, right? You just get used to those ads. Ooh, Tkachuk took a big hit again. Getting abused out there, Matthew Tkachuk. Jacob, me and Front Row Productions have some nice beef. He's a crap fan. He's a Craps fan, and I'm a Knights fan. I tell you what, Adam had a comment in the first period about the Washington Capitals. I mean, lots of hate tonight about Washington, but I tell you what, they're going to do better than the Islanders this season, so they're not that crap. Islanders are definitely more crap than the Capitals, in my opinion. Yeah, it started at 9. That's a late start for me. That's like an 8 p.m. start. That's not terribly late. There's like some Canucks games that I want to watch. I don't start till like 9:30 my time. And it's like, that's a commitment. That's like staying up past midnight. And depending whether or not I've school or work the next day, I sometimes cannot make that work. Well, this Florida power play has been very boring. Not a whole lot going on. 10 seconds left. Was shot loose in the slot. And here comes Nemestikov for Tampa. Nemestikov just puts it in the zone. And the penalty is killed. So Tampa's played very well so far in the third. Oh, interesting. Ray Ferraro said Tampa does not have a shot in the period, even though they've had all that zone time in the first 5 minutes. There's their first shot on net. Bobrovsky had to save that. Here's Maroon. Hedman shot, missed the net. Perbik shot, missed the net. Lots of missing the net. Look at Hedman. Ooh, just missed. Bobrovsky's helmet's off. Sergei's helmet's off. And we'll have a whistle with 13:19 left. That has yet to happen to me as a goalie in my beer league. I've not lost my helmet yet. I have taken a shot to the helmet. In warm-ups, I did take a shot to the helmet once, and that was an experience. What's hard about the beer league is that you only get like 2 minutes for warm-ups. So it's like, as a goalie, like, you start off the game so rusty. It's not until like the second and third periods that you become more comfortable with everything. Like, it'd be so nice if I could actually get a proper warm-up and face some shots. Like, there was one game where literally I got on the ice and it was like, oh, start your game. And it's like, whoa. Give me some warm-up time. I got to face some shots first. But it's still fun. Beer league's lots of fun. Not as fun as high school because I miss those days so much, be it playing high school hockey, but I'm just grateful that I still get to play. Not many people get to play after high school and whatnot. So I'm just happy that I still get to be on the ice. Nothing better than playing hockey, in my opinion. Just the best. Any hockey players out there, let me know the feeling. I'm sure you know it, but it's just an awesome feeling when you're on the ice. Angus, that sounds like a soccer match with few shots. Oh, yes, the Red Wings Blackhawks game. That's a very soccer match. Shots on goal right there. 6-3, I think it was. Now it's 11-5 for the Red Wings. So it's creeping up. Still pretty low, especially for Chicago. 5 shots through 1.5 periods is not what you want. Hot take, Red Wings miss playoffs by 5 points. Wow. I don't know, I guess it's a little hot take. I'm going to agree with you, Jacob. I know we've had our disagreements tonight, but I think, Jacob, you're right on that. I think Detroit is narrowly going to miss it. I think they're just a few years away. I give it like 2 more years, and Detroit's going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Atlantic. They're going to be such a good team. So much young talent. We have another penalty in the game. Carter Verhaeghe. Interference call on Verhaeghe. So Tampa Bay, golden opportunity right here to tie the game up. You got to score here if you're Tampa, you imagine, because you're probably not going to get a whole lot of other power play chances in the game. But you never know. These refs have been calling so many penalties tonight. It's been insane. You can see on the screen 6-5 penalties in favor of Tampa. That's 11 penalties total. But here we go. Let's see. Will Tampa Bay crush my score prediction here? Here's Kucherov near side. To the point, Hedman. Kucherov, one touch pass. Kick save by Sergei. Point down low. Up to Hedman. The shot. He fakes it. Walks down Broadway and missed the net. Pass goes through the crease to Kucherov at the point. Panthers holding on for dear life. Kucherov. Here's Stamkos. Save Bobrovsky. And Florida gets it out. Ooh. Get some fresh legs out there for Florida. That group was gassed. We got a minute left here in the Tampa power play. Here's Stamkos. Gets poke checked. Bennett flips it out. Lightning, 33% on the power play, which is 4th in the league. 1 for 4 tonight. Oh, big hit. Tampa Bay player got crunched in the corner. Sponsored by the Crunch Bar. I tell you what, Crunch, the candy bar, has to make a partnership with the NHL. The Crunch of the night. Wouldn't that be brilliant? Good D by Tampa Bay there, as Florida had a shorthanded chance. That will do it for the power play. 1 for 5 Tampa Bay is on the power play. Uncharacteristically uneventful power play for Tampa. Those big words, it's a mouthful to say. Mouthful to say. Ooh, shot there. Good save by Bobrovsky. Bit of a scrum in front of Sergei. And it looks like it's all going to be fine. No penalties, I hope. Or I don't know, maybe we'll get a face masking penalty again. Angus, number 1 soccer, number 2 hockey. Those are also my favorite 2 sports, Angus. But just reverse order. Hockey's 1, soccer's 2nd. And Angus, if you're still watching, buddy, who is your favorite soccer team? Because my favorite soccer team is the Seattle Sounders from MLS. That's my favorite team. Also, Wrexham. I'll get into Wrexham in a bit. But here we go. Face off in front of Sergei. Kucherov. Sergachev for Kucherov. Shot. Tip. Scores! Braden a point, and we're tied at 2. Tipped it in the slot, and Sergei can't do anything about it. And it's 2-2. Deuce is wild. It's 2-2. It's Braden Point's 2nd goal of the season. But great job by Kucherov. Just float a puck in the slot. No one's on Braden Point. That's a miss marking by Florida. Excellent tip. It looks like it was below the crossbar, so it should be a good goal. And it is. So my score prediction, out the window, in the bin. It's 2-2. I predicted 3-1. Oh, well. Oh, that's got to be a penalty, ref. That's a dangerous hit right there. So Tampa Bay is going to go on the power play again. Sergachev is the man injured here. He's hobbling his way back to the bench. That was a knee-on-knee hit. I hate seeing those knee-on-knee hits. Those are so dangerous, folks. You never want to see that. So dangerous. Tripping is the call on Gudis. Oh, that's dangerous. That hurts my... Oh, it hurts my knee seeing that. Oh. Glad Sergachev is okay on the bench. Oh, that sucks. I've seen guys like careers end from getting hit there. Well, here we go. Tampa power play. 6th of the night. 1 for 5 with 9 shots. Jacob, they're friends in real life, so it's all fun. Yeah, that's what I'm... As long as it's all fun, I don't mind the banter. I was going to go to a Vegas game in preseason, but I broke my foot. Oh, no, Jacob. I'm sorry, man. I hope your foot's feeling better. And hopefully one day you get to see Vegas. I haven't seen the Islanders in a while. I got to go see them when they come to Minnesota. I don't know when that is, like February or something. But Jacob, my condolences, buddy. I hope your foot's feeling better. Front row, I've got money in all 3 games tonight. I should have bet. I got to start betting. I got money now. I got to start betting on these games. I'll definitely have to use DraftKings. Use code THPN, by the way. How about that for a plug? Sabres fan here. Glad he's the new captain. Oh, yeah, Jay Oposo. I was so happy when I heard that Oposo was the captain for the Sabres. That's just awesome. I'm so proud of him. He's a great guy. I watched an interview he did in the offseason, and he's just an incredible guy, let alone hockey player. And it seems like all the young kids in Buffalo like him. So glad he got the C. Who do we say was going to win this game? You guys forgot your predictions. I said Florida was going to win. That could still be right. I'm trying to remember, Jacob. I'm pretty sure you said Florida, if I'm not mistaken. You might have... I think you said Florida. Chun Lee, Islanders, eh? I prefer Rangers. Cool story. You play hockey? What position? Yes, so I do play hockey. I played hockey since I was 4. I've been a defenseman my whole life, but this past summer, I was like, you know what? I want to give goalie a try. And so I asked my mom to whip out her credit card and spend spend money on hockey equipment, and she was so nice and kind about it. Got me all my goalie equipment, and I've been playing in a men's league this fall. And I started about 4 weeks ago. But yeah, so I've switched to goalie, and it's lots of fun, and I love it so much. And I don't know, it's cool because that way I've played every position, because I was a forward for a little bit when I was very young. I switched to playing defense when I was in middle school, and now I'm playing goalie. So it's a cool bucket list thing for me that I got to play every single position in a sport that I love. And it's awesome. Front row's got $25 on this game for the Lightning. Getting a black skate Canucks jersey. That looks so good. Is that the Chun-Li? Is that the jersey, the old school Vancouver jersey? Like the V jersey? Not the V jersey, but like the color scheme that's like orange and yellow and with the Canucks logo. I like that jersey for the Canucks. They don't have a bad jersey in their whole lineup, the Canucks. All of them are good. Love the color scheme of blue and green. Can't go wrong with that. I actually just ordered a Thatcher Demko jersey. It's those alternates with the, the Canucks logo that has like the hockey stick in the ice rink kind of logo up front. And then it has like the green sleeves thing going on. I don't know. I can't describe it that well, but it's a nice jersey. I tweeted about it when I got it, so you might have to scroll on my Twitter to see it. But yes, everybody, if you are new to the channel, make sure you do subscribe and click the bell icon so you're notified whenever the Hockey Podcast Network goes live for one of these watch-alongs. It has been an honor being with you tonight so far for my very first stream. Thank you, everybody, for being so welcoming. It means a lot to me. It's been lots of fun hanging out with you. It's a bit funky and not so smooth as I would have wanted it to be because everything's brand new with the software and whatnot. But thank you for being with me. I'm having a good time. And also follow us on Twitter at HockeyPodNet. And they also have an Instagram at HockeyPodNet as well. You can follow me on Twitter at Grant Hakeem. My Insta and TikTok's at Grant_Hakeem. And then, of course, if you do want to donate, feeling generous tonight, you can do that through the live chat. And then also, if you want to check out kind of my content that I do on YouTube, on my YouTube channel called the Grant Hakeem channel, I do live watch-alongs sometimes, but I'm mostly just going to do gaming streams, since any live watch-alongs I do are most likely going to be on the Hockey Podcast Network. I play Fall Guys a lot. I've done NHL 22. I'm going to have to get NHL 23. We've started a nice little fun tonight for NHL 23. But yeah, check out my channel if you want. No, don't have to. Totally fine. Just optional. What's more important is that you subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network. That's more important to me. Eddie says, hi. What's up, Eddie? Thank you for tuning in, buddy. Jacob, we always love every new person. Thank you, Jacob. That's great. You guys have been so kind. It's a very nice audience here. I love it. Front row. Oh, no, not the peanut butter chat. I don't mind. I could talk PB&J with you guys all night. Maybe we could have a side podcast on this channel where we only talk about peanut butter. That could be fun. Here we're at 6:35 left here in the third. Your shots are 34-26 for Florida. Do you guys think we're heading to overtime here? I think we might be heading to OT. So you guys got to cover. Leafs are 0-12 in the first round since 04. I tell you what, Jacob, they're going to be 1-12 after this year. Capitals, big Caps fan. Front row, I don't want to mess with you because you probably could burst my head in your bicep if you squeezed hard enough. So I don't want to mess with you, front row. Jay, Buffalo. Jay, do you think Buffalo is going to make the playoffs? Now that's a hot take right there. If you think the Sabres will make the playoffs, that's a very hot take. CR1S, the Flames, because my dad used to live there. That makes sense. We got a Flames fan. Tell you what, the Flames doing pretty good so far this year. Rick, sorry, I like Skippy and Skippy dipping at night. LOL. Smooth, by the way. Oh, I'd be a bit TMI, Rick. That's I'd be a bit too much TMI right there. You like Skippy dipping at night. I might be reading that wrong, but Colorado versus Kraken. You think this will go over? I don't know. I'm not well versed with betting at all, so I think Colorado is going to win 4-1 is my prediction for that game. Yuko saying, "Let's go Bolts." They did well. They tied the game up at 2. It looks like it's going to go to over OT. But Sergachev, just missed. Tampa Bay has really, really brought up the pressure here in the third period. Done really well here. The first and second were pretty quiet from them. Well, Perbix missed the net. Tell you what, if Nick Perbix can get a goal, that'd be amazing. Go Minnesota. We love our Minnesota boys here. Canucks fan since 2010. Just started watching because of the Sedins, like you said. Most people here are Jets homers, so probably Jets too. Are there a lot of Jets fans on the Hockey Podcast Network? Lots of Jets fans. I like the Jets too, by the way. I'd say the Jets are like my third or fourth favorite team because I'm a huge Blake Wheeler fan because he was a Golden Gopher. Watched him a lot growing up. He scored this awesome goal against North Dakota. You have to look this up after the stream's done. Look up Blake Wheeler goal against North Dakota. It's well worth the watch. I don't want to spoil it for you, but amazing goal to win the conference championship for the Gophers. Incredible player. And of course, he went to the Jets, so I follow him with the Winnipeg Jets. Go Jets, go. Yuko, Lightning fan since 99, the year I was born. Yuko, you've been a diehard fan. I've had 5 beers at the sports book. Oh, front row, don't get too hammered tonight. I know it's Friday night and you want to let loose, but we don't want you to be hungover for tomorrow. We're going to need you on the stream for tomorrow if someone's going to go live tomorrow. Angus, been a Blues fan since the mid-70s. Oh, that's awesome, Angus. Been a fan for a long time. I'm sure that was awesome when they won the Stanley Cup a few years ago, being a fan for that long. That's what I hope. I hope one day I get to see my Islanders win a Stanley Cup. That'd be amazing. That's what we all want as fans, to see our team win a Stanley Cup at least once in our lifetimes. Screw Tampa winning. They won 2 cups and a Super Bowl in 3 years. Time to share the wealth. Yeah. What's going on, Tampa? You got to share the love, man. But yeah, I think Tampa's run is coming to an end here. I don't think they're gonna win it this year. They're gonna start slowly declining, in my opinion. Or not. They could win it again this year and surprise me. Front row says, "Come on, Lightning." I don't know if I have a rooting interest in this game. I don't really hate either of these teams. I'm indifferent. I predicted Florida to win, so I guess I'll go for Florida tonight if I had to choose. My favorite soccer team will be St. Louis City next year with Sporting KC. Okay, Angus. Yeah, Sporting KC. They had some pretty good teams in MLS, kind of like 2014, 15, 16. I remember they had some pretty decent teams. Apologies for the Sounders knocking out the Sporting KC. I think we did that in like 2016 when we won MLS Cup, I think. I think we beat you guys in like the knockout round. So apologies for that. But yeah, that's awesome. That MLS keeps expanding. It's great that soccer is growing in the US as well. It's good. Awesome game, soccer. Josh says, what's up? What's up, Josh? Thank you for tuning in. If Florida wins this game, they win the series in 5. Yeah. If only the playoffs were today, Josh. If only. My favorite team is the New York Islanders, Josh. I kind of shared a story earlier on in the stream, so if you want to rewind and try and find it, you can. But Islanders are my favorite team. Rick, let's go Florida. I'm with you, Rick. Go Panthers, baby. Colin, back in the 6th grade, I got the bad grades. I was in love with my tutor, and she was a cougar. Colin, that's an amazing comment. Not only because of its content, but because it rhymes. That is amazing. Well, Colin, let me know how it went, buddy. Did anything happen with you and the cougar, or was it all platonic? Did it all remain PG? I think everyone in the live chat would love an update about that story. That story, that's like a Lifetime story, a Lifetime movie right there. They have so much content about cougars on Lifetime Network. My mom watches the Lifetime channel a lot, so that's how I'm exposed to that movies. I don't openly seek out Lifetime movies, but that's how I get exposed to it. English says, hey, what's up, English? Yes, tie game. Yep, we always got a tie game. 2-2. Chun Li, I have always wanted to play hockey growing up. It was my dream, but it never happened. Oh no, Chun Li. I tell you what, it's never too late to start playing hockey. There's leagues all over the country. I'm sure there's one in your area where you can learn how to play and fulfill that lifelong dream of yours. Because I think everyone who wants to play should be able to play. I know it's an expensive sport, but we all should be able to play hockey because it is so much fun. Hydrate. Yes, everybody hydrate. Get your drugs. Get your drugs out. Not if you're a woman. I mean water bottles. Get your head out of the gutter, people. Chun Li, no, the V looks bad. The skate logo. Oh, here comes Florida. Shot. Oh, he missed the net. Oh, that would have been an amazing chance if he would have buried it. An amazing goal. That probably would have iced it. We have about 2:20 left here in the third. The V looks bad. The skate logo with the Canucks in the middle. Yeah. I don't think the V looks terrible, Chun Li. I definitely prefer the logo with the stick in the middle, but Jacob, book it right now. He says Tampa scores with 5 seconds left. And Buffalo will not make the playoffs. Jacob, if Tampa scores with 5 seconds left, I'm going to be needing your phone number, and you're going to give me the lottery predictions so I can win the lottery next time. Because that'd be amazing if that's right. And then Buffalo will make the playoffs. Look out, dark horse team, the Sabres. It'd be nice if the Sabres made it. Yes, that would be awesome if the Sabres made it. That'd make my year. Good stop here by Vasilevsky with a $1.54 left. Still 2-2. I think the Sabres are like 5 years away from being playoff contenders, I think. Give them 5 years. I think they'll start making the playoffs more consistently. Go Knights. Everybody, we've got lots of Knight fans here. English, where are you from? I'm from the great state of Minnesota. Blake Wheeler ain't the captain no more. I know. I was so disappointed when I heard that he's not the captain in Winnipeg. He's always a captain in my eyes, Blake Wheeler. Love some Blake Wheeler. We got $1.35 left. Let's watch closely here, folks, on this game. Here comes Tampa. Stamkos plays it down low. Here's Montour able to get it out for Florida. And Gudas will get it in deep for Florida. Panthers go off for a change. Shots 36-29 for Florida. Last minute of play here in the game. Are we heading into overtime? Or will Tampa deliver Jacob's promise of them scoring with 5 seconds left? Here's Kucherov in the corner. Kucherov gets it, plays it to the point. Hedman tried to center it. Good play by Gudas. Gudas try to get it up the boards. He does, but it's going to be icing here with 23.1 left. If I'm John Cooper, do you call timeout? I think you might call timeout here. Elias Patterson. Yes, I am a new streamer. My name's Grant Akeem. I have my own YouTube channel and do hockey stuff. I also play video games called the Grant Akeem channel is my YouTube channel. But yes, I am new to the Hockey Podcast Network. I will be live on this channel at minimum once a week doing live watch-alongs. So you're going to get a lot of me this year, whether you like it or not. So I hope you like it. If you hate it, then I'm sorry. And that's going to do it. We're heading to OT. First ever live stream for me on the Hockey Podcast Network. And we're heading to overtime, folks. How about that? People are asking my name. Yes, I'm Grant. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. Well, we'll take a break here. Let the sponsor identify themselves. You're watching the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Florida Panthers live watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network. All right, we are back for overtime here. Puck is down. Here comes Point. Here comes Florida. Was shot here, steered away by Vasilevsky. Here comes Kucherov on a mini breakaway. Kucherov! Oh, saved by Sergey. Oh, Kachuk. Kachuk, what's he doing? Oh, mayhem here. Matthew Kachuk is an absolute idiot for that. What is he doing? He straight up punched Kucherov in the face. You can't do that in overtime. Oh my goodness. He didn't punch him in the face, but yeah, it was so extra. You can't do that if you're Kachuk. What are you doing, buddy? Stupid penalty. If I was a coach, I'd rip that A off Matthew Kachuk for that. You can't do that, man. You're an assistant captain and you're going to do that shit? Putting your team in a bad predicament here in overtime? Well, here are the penalties here. We'll see what the zebra says. Come on, zebras. Hedman penalty for roughing. Kachuk gets a slashing and roughing penalty. So Kachuk gets an extra penalty, which means Tampa. Does that mean Tampa's going to get a power play here? Or it will be a 4-on-4? Or it's not a 4-on-4. Oh, yeah, 4-on-4 because you can't go 2-on-2. But yeah, what a stop here by Bobrovsky, though. Good stop. Fishy Wishy, I am a new roller. Thank you for tuning in, Fishy. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network and follow us on Twitter at HockeyPodNet. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at Grant Akeem is the handle. But here we go. Tampa power play, 4-on-3. Kucherov, shot, missed the net. And Florida's going to get it out. Here we go. Here comes Tampa. And Florida gets it out. Interesting stat. You might find this interesting. Tampa Bay is the only team in the Eastern Conference with one win. All the other teams have multiple wins. But that's Tampa Bay. They don't heat up till later on. I'm not worried. Stamkos is going to put it in. Oh, chance. Stamkos. Oh, I missed the net. Here's Kucherov. Shot. Good block. Rebound. Another block. Corey Perry doing his best to keep it in. Perry rins it up the boards. Here's Stamkos. Still Stamkos. Pass in front. Point. Scores! Braden Point wins it in overtime for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they win it 3-2. Jacob, goal. Yes, big goal for Tampa. Great patience by Braden Point to outweight Sergei. Puts it past his blocker. Well, yeah, none of the goals tonight were Sergei's fault, in my opinion. And why didn't Florida mark Braden Point again? That's the second time. The first goal that Braden Point scored, he was unmarked with the tip in. This goal, he's unmarked in front of Sergei. I don't know what's going on. Well, great game, everybody. 3-2 for Tampa. Let's get to some last-minute comments here before we wrap it up. I'll try and hit most of them. Bloody Warrior, you think Ovechkin going to retire right after Wayne Gretzky record? I don't know. I think Ovechkin, he's going to keep going until he physically is unable to keep going. That guy is a competitor. He ain't going to stop anytime soon. Colin, in high school, she came to my hockey games. Oh, the Cougar tutor came to your hockey games. I see. Oh, man. I've been to her house many times before. Colin, it seems like you got a good thing going on there in 6th grade. I got no action in 6th grade, but Colin, he's the man, the legend himself, Colin, getting the Cougar, the tutor, to his house. Hey, tell me the location. I am from Minnesota. That's as close as you're going to get to my location. I'm from Minnesota. Let's go Tampa. Yep, Tampa Bay won. They were very close, says Colin. Oh, boy. Let's go. We got to that comment. I am brand new. Name's Grant. You're from St. Paul. Oh, that's not terribly too far. I'm more in the Twin Cities area, which is vague, but that's more where I'm based out of. Else, you're a Canucks fan and from Vancouver. Awesome. Love some Canucks. Love the Canucks. Why can't you stream the game? I get lots of comments like this on my streams as well. It is illegal to stream a hockey game or any game for that matter on YouTube because you will get copyrighted, striked, and your channel will disappear. It'd be awesome if you could do that where like I could have the game on the side and I'm commentating on the game. That'd be awesome, but just due to copyright reasons, you can't do that. So this is how we do it with the stats on the right of your screen there. I guess I can put these away, have it be just me. At least it's not a playoff overtime. Yes. It was 3-on-3. Copyright. Yes, Angus. Thank you for that. Patterson, you're a Panthers fan. I'm an Islanders fan, Elias. Islanders fan. I predicted Florida was going to win 3-1. That's why I was kind of rooting for Florida to win tonight. Just for my own ego, but Lightning got the win. Let's go Lightning, says Vasilevsky 88. Yep, Lightning won. Jacob 3-2 Tampa. He tied it and then won it. Yes, Braden Point, the man. That's all, folks. W. 2-1 Seattle, 7:38 in the second. Let's get you some score updates before we sign off. So the Red Wings are leading the Blackhawks 3-1. Kubalik got the latest goal in that game for Detroit. And like Jacob has said, Kraken 2-1 lead over the Avalanche, which is a bit surprising to me, especially on the road. I was not expecting that. It looks like shots 24-13. So the Kraken looks like they're dominating that game for the most part. But we're asking about Collins Cougar Tutor here. If Colin's still on, you can chuck that in the chat at any point and answer Elias Pettersson there, because Pettersson really wants to know what you and the Cougar Tutor were doing at night. Yes, have a good night, everybody. Feel free to leave. I'll probably be on for a couple minutes, but I just want to say thank you, everybody, for tuning in. My first ever live watch-along on this channel. You guys were so kind and so welcoming. I wasn't sure what to expect. I thought some people might not like it because I'm brand new and this is I'm very rusty with just live watch-alongs and especially in this format. So thank you for everyone for sticking with me throughout the night. I promise you it will get better throughout the season when I get more comfortable with it. Streamer looks like a corn kid. I love corn. It has the juice. It has the juice. Who doesn't love corn? Okay, so thank you everybody for again. Yes, Agnes, I'll take care. Thank you. And I will say, make sure you subscribe to the Hockey Podcast Network. Click the bell icon so you're notified whenever we go live for a live watch-along. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at HockeyPodNet. Follow us on Instagram at HockeyPodNet. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Grant Akeem is the Twitter, at Grant_Akeem is the Insta and TikTok. If you want to help donate, help support the channel, you can do that through the live chat. And then my YouTube channel, the Grant Akeem channel, I mostly just do live streaming, gaming. So I play like Fall Guys and NHL, mostly the two games that I play. So if you want to check that out, you can click that in type that in YouTube, Grant Akeem channel. I'm sure it'll pop up. Follow me on Instagram. Thank you, Elias Pettersson. I got freaking Elias Pettersson to follow me. How amazing is that? It was nice talking to you. Could be faster. Yes, Chunli. My apologies. I got very behind on the comments because I was watching the game, and I'll get better at that, Chunli. I'll get better. We got lots of comments tonight. This is the most comments I've ever gotten doing a YouTube live stream. I mostly only have like 2 or 3 people watching me, so it was an absolute treat to have like we had like 40 plus people at one point, which was amazing. All right, this is the typical Minnesota goodbye where you're at the door and you still have a conversation, so I'm just going to end it. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week on this channel for another live watch-along. I will speak to you soon. And I'm awkwardly going to leave because I'm still figuring this out, how to leave.